played something like close to 20 minutes each of the last 2 games. Is the plan moving forward to try to get him some more ice time and maybe some more opportunities to score?
Well, that line's been a real good producer for the last little stretch of games, so it's easier to get them on the ice. And, I thought they overstayed a few of their shifts today, and we sort of paid a price for that. But at the end, too, sitting on 2 goals, I wanted to give him another chance and hopefully hit the inside of the post this time. But just didn't work out. But, no, he's a young player that he's a real unique – he's got a real unique skill set. And for me, after just 2 games, I'm still trying to figure him out a little bit and how to best use him and when to use him and against which types of players. And but it just seems for the vast majority of the shifts with them that they are generating, and they're a dangerous line to play against. So, it's helped us probably score a little bit more lately, and that's taken a lot of the pressure off the other parts of our game.
Yeah, Brad, I guess obviously the story of most of this month was the inability to score. Now, last 2 games you get 6 goals. 2 nights ago, 7 goals tonight. What are you guys doing differently on the ice that's allowing you guys to put the puck in the back of the net now?
I don't know if there's any one thing. Obviously the power play, getting a couple goals tonight, and one last on Thursday or last game was, it's a nice. It's if you're a goal scorer, you get energized by scoring, and so it's a pretty fun bench right now. It's a pretty fun environment. Nobody was happy about the shorthanded goal, and I'll take all the blame for that, for keeping 5 guys. We talked about it. We knew they were going to be aggressive, and probably just should have had 1 defenseman on the ice. I apologize to Urs for that. That goes into the you never do that again sort of category. I shouldn't have to make that big of a mistake to learn. I kind of knew that it probably wasn't right, and that's why I apologized to Urs. I didn't. It was just not. It wasn't very smart. So.
What's going on, everybody? Jesse and Corey here for episode 24, season 7 of Flyers Alley, brought to you by Robert Hangholt Construction.
In the days of my youth, I was told what it means to be a man.
If you're in the greater Philadelphia area, you need some general contracting done, give the old man a call, 610-348-1066, windows, siding, roofs, the works. He used to be the biggest in Delco. He doesn't live in Delco anymore, but all his business is up here. So make sure you give him a call if you need any of that. And it's going to be a pretty good episode. I went pretty hard into the paint here with some signings, some ELC signings, some stats with these kids.
Yep.
Obviously, Torts was fired. We're going to get into that. Bradshaw's interim coach. So we're going to get into a lot of that. Well, first, before we get into that, there's something that we are going to be pretty heavily hands-on with that's starting up here soon. Was able to get a phone call from one of my good buddies, Frank Bialowis, letting us know about some things that are going on. And you that have been here for a while know that we were involved in Ice Wars. I think actually before you were around.
A couple of years, yeah.
They're taking another stab at it down here in Delco, and got a little clip here just promoting it a little bit, and we were asked that we were allowed to do some stuff. So, Frank's got another thing coming out that we're going to be pushing for him. We're going to have the owner of Ice Brawl is what it's going to be called here. He's going to come on. Damon Feldman's going to come on the show. We're going to have Frank back on to talk about it because Frank's going to be hands-on with it as well. So little promo video I put up together just real quick. And when we have more info on it, we'll tell everybody what's going on. But it's going to be in the heart of Delco.
Delco. Going to be good.
It's going to be absolutely fucking crazy. So. We all do.
That's a fact.
Yeah, when we get more info, when I'm allowed to release a little bit more information on it, we will let everybody know about that. But it's going to be local. It's going to be cool. It's going to be tryouts. As much as I know, hands-on with Frank. Frank's got some ideas. I got some ideas. So it's going to be cool.
I've thrown the idea around.
I'm not throwing that idea around. I'll fucking die.
I am.
All right.
I am.
I'm in there on it. All right with you. All right with you. But yeah, that's what the before the alley talk. So let's get into alley talk, and we'll get into what the Flyers have been doing. We do have another shout out for a fan here. And we're gonna get into that with a little bit of alley talk brought to you by Iron and Steel Threads. All right. Armin, our boy, says, "What's up, boys?" And Brandon Paul says, "What's up, fellas? What's going on, boys?" Alley Talk's brought to you by Iron and Steel Threads. Go to www.ironandsteelthreads.com. Use promo code OldCity10 for 10% off site-wide, and a portion of the proceeds go to youth hockey. So before we get into it, we're going to give another shout-out to our boy Raleigh Edwards, fan of the week. We're going to start doing that since we have some people going on. He took some balls. It took some balls to – he got a haircut, got Mitch Koff's number cut into the side of his head. Epic. Our new watcher.
I like it, though.
Heather and Will Edwards, their son.
Yes,
so he did that up. So we got to give a little shout-out to that guy. Let me see what we got here for him. I get something good for him. I don't know if I have anything. Oh, hello. Okay, see ya.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Oh, we're gonna start doing this again. Okay, here we go. Anyway, yeah, Raleigh Edwards, good on you, fella. Good job doing all that stuff. What is going on here? See this? Okay. Anyway,
Picked a good number to go with. It's been killer in the last 4 games.
Yeah, what's up with our Wi-Fi?
Did we just get kicked out?
His mouth is dropped, David. That's awesome. Glad we could do that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening with it. All right, having a little technical difficulties, but wouldn't be us if there wasn't any. Howard says, "Thank you all." Yeah, no problem. I thought it was a cool thing. We talked about it a little bit and thought it took some balls to do something like that. And Brandon pops in and says he thinks he's winning the Rookie of the Year. If he keeps up like this, then I'm sure he's gonna.
Hard consideration.
Yeah.
But hey, Heather, glad we could make his week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good deal.
People are doing stuff like that, so you gotta kind of.
Yeah, I like it.
But yeah, good on you. So made it to our
FOW fan of the week.
Fan of the week. Yeah, FOW. That's a good one. Maybe I'll make a segment for that. Yeah, so getting into that. Also, Bob the Hound Kelly retired from upper management. I was just watching the Daily Face Off with Frank Sir. up the upper management. I think that's a little. I don't know about that. That's always been talked about since day one. I'm not going to use any of my I've been pretty spot on with a lot of my shit. I'm not going to use one of them for that because just. Yeah, sorry there. Technical difficulties. I have no idea what's going on. I think the Wi-Fi in the area is getting a little weird and funky. Thank you, Brandon, for texting me. I know it's going. I'm here. Anyway, jump back into it. Yeah, so Bob the Howard Kelly retires from upper management. You're probably going to start seeing a lot of that here soon. Hopefully. I mean, the old guard's got to go, in my opinion.
Well deserved, man. The guy's been, been with the Flyers organization, player, ambassador, whatever, since the 70s, dude. Time for the man to enjoy his retirement.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. But yeah. Still.
What the frack?
What is happening? Someone else is in here, is what's happening. Nah, it's something's happening with us. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Now we are checking the network.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so that's what's happening, and the Hound is going to be out and about there. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. That's freaking annoying. What the hell?
Oh, can't have those things.
Why is we can't do anything. Nothing left. And I do not like that. What the frick is going on here? This guy's a little orange or something. There we go. Anyway, yeah, so he's gone, and yeah, that's what's happening. So
go down to Brigantine, enjoy your time with Bernie down there.
Yeah, like I said, I think you're gonna start seeing a lot of the old guard kind of go off here and go off into the sunset.
Well deserved.
Yeah. Also, obviously, Torts gets fired. Bradshaw is named interim head coach. Apparently, a couple things irked Danny B throughout Torts being in Philly. An aggressive exchange between York and Torts was leading towards Torts benching York. Was the last straw for the Flyers. Apparently, there was no physical contact, but it was just.
Oh, it was reported by a few people there was.
Oh, there was. I heard that there was not.
I have it.
Kevin Kurtz.
Exactly.
Yes, he said there was none.
Yep. It was exactly who said that.
He said there was none?
No, he said there was, evidently.
Okay, I think you may have. I don't know. That's where I got mine from.
Maybe I can't read.
Sorry, it was here.
No.
I would be more interested in it if there was, because obviously that's going to be the tip of the iceberg. You can't, obviously have a physical altercation. I mean, look what happened with Tony D'Angelo and Georgiev when he was in New York.
That was player to player.
Mm-hmm.
This would be player to coach. That makes it even worse to me.
Well, and that being the tip of the iceberg, obviously there was some stuff going on that they said that was like the last straw, I guess. There was other things that were going on. I'm sure the Mitchkoff benching.
I'm sure his comments of, he doesn't know how to coach his team at this point in time, with the way the situation's going. I'm sure that it probably pissed off Jonesy more than it did Briere to me. Like I feel like that would go. I would probably, to me, it probably pissed him off more. But it's just to sit there and say that you don't know how to coach this team at this,
not interested in,
or not interested in
that's-
coaching this team at this, dude. You've lost interest in you. So the players are supposed to, you're supposed to lead by example. You're the coach. That's your job. The players are supposed to play. How are the soldiers supposed to go into battle without without a commander? You know what I mean? It's so what you're going to let. No pun and I'm not saying that the Flyers players are the inmates, but I'm saying so what? The inmates are supposed to run the asylum?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I'm sure in the next, because this stuff's starting to come out. And when Briere had his press conference, he wasn't really touching it too much. He was definitely saying, there were some things that happened that we weren't happy with. So I'm sure it has to do with the benchings. And I obviously, well, not obviously, but I was getting into it a little bit with people on Facebook. I'm saying that they were upset that the first game that Brad Shaw coached that York was still benched. And I said, and actually a lot of people, even Anthony Louis, that guy that gives us a fucking problem with it, he actually agreed with what I was saying.
The Dungeons and Dragons warlord dude.
But some people were like, that's wrong. Like, you're wrong. Like, I said, well, if Torts is gone, then what? Then that means that the upper management and Brad Shaw agreed with the reasoning. They're like, no, that's upper management wanted that done. But I'm like, I don't know what I said. Well, what's your source? And then it ended. But yeah. So, but like, it's a tough thing. Colin Recchi from our Check the Net chimes in. What's up, gents? What's going on, buddy? Heather Edwards says York probably deserved it. PB. I don't know what that means. I'm old. And Brandon actually brought up something we'll be bringing up later on. I'll bring it back up. And he also says, and I definitely think Danny B handled it very well. He usually does. But you also got to remember that the Flyers, Danny B and Jonesy inherited Torts. That wasn't their decision. So
correct.
From probably the beginning, they probably were kind of, a little worry about how he's going to handle with the players and such. So,
and if you recall, this is not Torts' first issue with whether it be upper management or the players or anything. He had that same problem with who was he coach of when he went after McGrattan in the hallway.
He was with
Vancouver at the time.
Yeah,
and then he had an issue with a couple of the scouts and somebody else up in New York. So it's a chain thing.
Reporters, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, with Brooksy up in New York, told him to go screw himself. I thought that's what that meant. I was just guessing, but Heather, that was a pretty lucky guess.
This is a kid show. Okay.
Hey.
Wow.
Our kid watches.
I know. hey, I don't give a fuck. It's not a kid show.
But like I said, though, this is not the first. This is not the second. This is like the third time now. I think Torts is punched out.
Yeah, and it is what it is. It's the writing on the wall for those older, the old guard coaches like Babcock. Even Bruce Boudreau, I don't think you're going to see him. Laviolette, I think when he's done in New York, I think you're probably not going to see him again, unfortunately.
Prime example of the old school coaches, and they mentioned it last night. I think Lindy Ruff's going to walk his way out of Buffalo too.
Yeah, they're always calling for his fucking head everywhere he goes. So.
Yeah, but why?
What it is.
Lindy Ruff is now the oldest coach in the NHL. It's like, dude, he's a hell of a coach, but it's just. Why keep going anymore? Buffalo's on a no track to nowhere.
I like what Barry Trotz did. He went up the GM.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think that's more of a – not for Torts, but for those other guys we mentioned. But
I think Lindy Ruff would make a hell of a GM.
No, I think so. I'm talking about Torts. I don't think Torts.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with Torts. I just – and like we talked about when actually it was when he came in, it was right before you came to us. I wanted Montgomery. I wanted Monty. I didn't even want Torts. I wasn't having a problem with it, but
Jim Montgomery's a hell of a coach.
Yeah. Me and McIsaac were talking. He's the one that was giving me the info. It was like, they're gonna get. And then he was like, dude, they didn't even call him. I'm like, oh my god, I just put this all over Twitter that they're gonna
not even pick up the phone.
They didn't even pick up the phone. I was like, fuck. Lesson learned.
What do you
Anyway, that's what's going. We're going to get into the torch thing a little bit later, more in depth. Not really the torch thing, but I don't know what else you want to say. I mean, he got fired. It is what it is. He's have 1 year left on his contract. Bradshaw's here. They got 8 games left.
I think after last night was 8 games.
Let me tell you something. I just told Linz. I said I have talked to the boys in the alley, and we are 100% taking the entire break off. We are not coming back for shit until fucking preseason, bro. Maybe
this has been a carousel year, dude.
It's been bad. It takes a toll on us here.
Shut the f*** up!
It's rough.
It's rough. But speaking of shining lights, not being so rough and maybe a light at the end of the tunnel. Flyers announced that was it the other day that they signed forward Carson Dorwart to a 2-year entry-level contract. Dorwart will report to the Flyers for the remainder of the season. He's probably gonna go down. Yeah,
a lot of the guys in the Phantoms are going to get bumped here.
Yeah, they're going to. So I have a little bit on the kid. He's 22, born in 02, is undrafted left-handed centerman who just completed his 3rd season in Michigan State. The Sherwood, Oregon native, skated in 35 games this season for Michigan State, tallying 13 goals and 31 points. 6'1", 195-pound centerman, ranked 2nd on the team in points and was tied for the most power play goals, being 5. He helped lead the Spartans to a Big Ten championship with a goal and an assist in the final. Dorwart and the Spartans lost out in the first round of the NCAA tournament 4-3 to Cornell. He had a goal and an assist in that game.
One statistic that you did not mention that I did a little homework on.
I have more.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I have 2 more paragraphs. You can start it.
The dude's 72% face-off win.
I don't think I even have that.
72%.
Well,
that's insane.
That is insane, and that's what we need.
That's insane.
I just want to throw it out there. Just saying.
I found that little tidbit, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
It was funny. I found that out through a little grapevine that they were looking at him. The Red Wings had him at camp, and they didn't want him.
Toronto, why not? He's right there.
Toronto had him too. They were looking at him. They didn't want him. Danny B jumped right in. So just saying, my predictions, they were right. I was like, not a prediction. I just heard it. No one was talking about it, so I was like, fuck you.
Power play guy, 72% on faceoffs.
That fucking specialist word.
Dude, just to piss you off. But a power play guy who evidently sees the ice very well. Decent sized kid. You know, he's got a little bit of room. Got a little bit of wiggle room. He can get himself a little bit bigger if he wants. Numbers and height wise, you know, he's a solid kid.
Well, through his 3 seasons at Michigan State, he registered 38 goals, 54 assists, and 92 points through 111 games played. He served as alternate captain in his sophomore season, 2023-24. In his freshman season, he was voted the team's Rookie of the Year and was on the Tim Taylor National Rookie of the Year watch list.
It's like first team freshmen. Yeah.
Prior to Michigan State, Dorwart played 1 season with the Sioux Falls Stampede of the USHL. Additionally, he spent 2 years at Hotchkiss School, where he was a point-per-game player. However, he grew up playing in his minor hockey with San Jose Junior Sharks program, in which he participated in the USA Hockey National Championship in both 2018 and 19. I'm high on the kid, so they're getting some firepower, regardless of what you think. I know the fan base is
well.
You know what I'm saying? It's working for everything I need.
It does.
That button to work for.
Falls perfectly.
That's right.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
I told you I thought you were gonna like this one.
Oh yeah. I like him. I did a little bit of homework on him and everything like that. But 72%.
Yeah, it's big.
What have the Flyers been lacking the last couple of years? A center that can win face-offs.
Yeah. Well, plus, I mean, Cates is doing good. Couturier is still doing good at that.
Cates, I think last night went like 8 for 15, 8 for 14. That's pretty damn good to me.
Plus, think about Jet. There's gonna be okay.
Got his first point last night.
Yeah, I got that motherfucker in there.
No, you did. I'm watching the.
I was gonna ask you, are you in for Friday? And I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna.
It's probably not a situation that I'm gonna be able to swing.
What about Saturday?
Probably not.
Okay, I'm not going.
Working. I'm working 12s for like.
Leo will be there taking pictures. I was getting ready to send an email.
Her pictures are epic,
aren't they? I'm still waiting for my 3 for my article I wrote last night.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so Flyers do announce today.
Yeah, we'll touch on that stuff later with Lachenko and
okay,
possibly.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. They announced that they signed defenseman Ty Murchison to a 2-year entry-level contract beginning 2025-26. He was selected in, the 5th round, 158 overall in 2021's NHL draft. He participated in the Flyers development camp in 2022, 23, and 24. I don't know. Should I go into all the stuff that I just did? Other guy. Might as well.
Go height, weight, stats, just real quick.
So he, Corona native, California native, just completed his 4th year and final season at ASU, where he totaled 24 points, 9 goals, 15 assists in 146 regular season games. With his career at the Sun Devils, let's see. He helped his team postseason appear in a National Collegiate Hockey Conference Frozen face-off where they lost in the first round to 3rd seed Denver. 6'2", 205 pounds.
Decent size.
He's got 98 block shots.
Blocking.
And he led the all NCHC skaters. Let's see. Yep. That's what I got on. Everything else is done.
I like it. Block shot guy.
Yeah, block shots. That's a big deal for me. So
maybe you can learn from Sealer.
Maybe because Sealer's on his way out. Say that.
Got what? 2 years left or what?
I think he's gonna retire soon. Well, obviously he's gonna ride the contract.
Oh yeah. He's gonna
He's
retire.
gonna be done.
Yeah. Once his contract's up, he's done.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it all.
4 years ago, he was talking about retiring anyway.
Yeah, Minnesota.
It's the best thing Fletcher ever did for us.
I was going to say it's the only thing.
It's the only thing that asshole did.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I like these 2 signings. It's good. It's entry level. You know, obviously they'll go down to the Phantoms, and you know they'll do the deed there. The Phantoms need help. They are in the playoffs, but at the same time, like they could use some extra firepower. They could also use some people, some new blood in there, because some of those guys are really starting to like. I was watching something the other day, and I'll say I don't give a fuck. Flyers nitty gritty is just really riding Zayd Wisdom still, and I'm like, I just don't understand. Like, this is one of those guys that literally has done absolutely fucking nothing there, and he was dropped down to Reading. So like, I don't know what his thing is now. We get our reports from our person that's in Lehigh, and his name's not coming up. So I don't.
He
know.
had a goal last night. I think it was his first goal in like 12 games.
Okay, it's just. We need some new blood in here. Okay, the Jet Lachenkos, Alex Bump is coming. I got that. That's absolutely happening.
Fantastic.
I don't know what's going on with Denver Barkey. I just don't know whether they're in the playoffs or not or whatever's going on.
I haven't looked.
So there are some people. Bonk. You know, they're both on the same team. So
yep.
I did hear that Bjarnason is going to be a heavily watched person for Lehigh.
Oh yeah.
Like next season. So
I think the rookie games would be awesome.
It's going to be cool. It's going to be good. All right. I got on the calendar. So nothing can take it over. I'm going. We're going.
Everybody listen right now when he says this. I'm going, yada, yada, yada. Nothing's going to bump it. And then when I come in to do the rookie game recap, Jesse, where were you for the rookie game? He's like, shut up, asshole. Go ahead.
Shut the f*** up!
That's what I thought.
Colin from Check the Net says Union could have used some block shots / defense last night. All right. Seems to be a Philadelphia thing. That's kind of a Chester thing, though. So I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say.
What's happening there?
Chester.
And the last thing I have before we get into the games of the week, Peltier gets his first goal as a Flyer. We'll get into that later, too, with the next segment. So, yeah, it's good. It's a good thing. So,
we're moving.
About time. Yeah, we're fucking moving. Yeah, let's get into the games that happened here, and we'll start rocking and rolling. Yeah, you got to rock it that way.
That's what I told him. I said, get over it.
All right, so this week's game is brought to you by Uncle John's Barbecue. If you're local to the area, Philly Pike's old gas station used to be next to the Dollar General across the street from Claymont Liquors. Corey was there yesterday.
Smashed.
Definitely did some damage over there. So I told you it's good stuff.
Absolutely. I had the Nashville hot chicken sandwich.
Yep, that's a good one. That's what I had.
I was talking to the cook. It was not John.
Yeah, John's not there much.
Oh, John was out on a food truck.
No.
But it was like a smoked hot sauce. Like you could taste the smokiness. It was so good.
Yeah, it wasn't just like doused in like.
No,
yeah,
it was good. Katie took a bite of it and started crying.
Out of good?
No heat.
Heat? Really?
I didn't think it was that bad.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Kenzie
took a bite of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Kenzie, she loves hot stuff. It
Um,
wasn't hot though. That's why it wasn't hot. So
yeah, Har had a burger. Katie had something with pineapple coleslaw and brisket.
Okay.
And I got the Lucky 13 as well.
Okay. I was eyeing that up.
With no pineapple. Can't do pineapple.
Not
I
doing
don't
it right.
like pineapple.
Not doing it
Everybody crucify me. Don't give a damn.
Yeah, whatever.
Um,
It's going to you. I think you ever saying it.
onion rings were phenomenal.
I was wondering about that.
Tater tots were good too.
Yeah.
Oh god, yes. Yeah.
I got their loaded or their loaded fries, and it was I got the chicken on it with their cheese sauce. Wow, unreal. Yeah, it was
Wow.
Yeah.
it was good.
Definitely going to be a place I will revisit.
Yeah, well, it's summer. It's gonna be our summer spot, dude. It's they serve beer there. They serve wine.
I forgot they served beer, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing though. I had their sweet tea.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Katie had strawberry pineapple lemonade or something.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I ended up getting a gallon of their sweet tea.
Oh, you can buy it like that?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Well, that's the spot. So you people that are, I was talking to Heather and her husband about coming down, talking about everyone in the network getting together. That's gonna be the spot that we all get together.
Oh, we could rock the hell out of that place.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I would love to bring my kids, but it's too close to Philly Pike, and there's no fencing in there. So me and Lynn's will swap and go back and forth. But it's in walking distance from the house. So Old State Sports Network will definitely be at Uncle John's. So make sure you guys go check that out. It's the best. It's the best smoking stuff in the area.
Oh, it very much so. I will be revisiting a few times.
So this week we got what was it? We lost to the Maple Leaf 7-2. And I think that was the game that ended Torch's tenure here in Philly. You got Palin getting his 8th, assisted by Peltier, and Abols, my boy, in the first. And in the second, Couturier gets his 12th, assisted by Drysdale and Mitchkoff, giving Mitchkoff more points. And it is what it is. That was an absolute shellacking. That's how it is. That's how it works.
Best of luck in Toronto, Lots.
Yes, apparently they're giving him the fucking business up there. The fan base is already crucifying
He
him.
just scored his first goal the other night.
Good. Brandon says pineapple doesn't belong on pizza either. I don't. You are gonna get the smackdown laid on you here, brother.
I'm with you.
No, you're not. You're not with him.
Gordon Ramsay says it too.
Let's see. You guys think Torch going to move up into the front office? Says Wade. I like this back and forth week you guys are doing.
It's not bad.
I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, we're gonna get into that later. Short right now. I don't know. I don't think so.
I think no shot.
We'll get into that later because there was some stuff going on that I was able to grab onto and kind of
not the as he put it, the not interested shows you just don't care anymore.
Yeah. Heather Edwards says, "Heck yeah, they're gonna come down. They're from Delaware too, so."
Oh,
yeah. I don't remember.
Relatively close.
I don't remember where. And then Greg Montour has a jab at me about Wild. No more Wild, Jesse. Shit. He gave me a very good dust off. You're gonna like it. You're really gonna like it.
Can I just say, like, I'm really bummed out.
I am too.
Shit didn't work out for Greg.
Me too.
Like I love when he comes.
Moved down here. I don't know.
I love when he comes down here. Greg and I talk at least once a week.
I talk to him every day.
At least once a week.
Mm.
Like him and I go back and forth about his men's league. How he says sometimes his men's league reminds him of the Flyers defense.
And now they're in Flyers colors too, so it's even worse.
Oh jeez. I'm Greg. We miss you, buddy.
We do miss you, buddy.
I honestly, I'm really bummed shit didn't work out. But hey, there's next year. Unfortunately,
There is. What is this? Colin says Johnny, and what's that? Do you know what that is?
Colin, I'm going to drop kick you right in the Adams.
Here we go. It's about time you guys start going at it again online. I don't know what it
Colin,
is.
I know.
Colin,
Colin, I know where you live, and you're not that far. I will straight. It was an old stomping ground restaurant for me when I lived up in Charlottesville. Charlottesville, outside of Hamburg.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody makes a joke. Short. I'm like, no.
Sure.
Yeah.
I could. I mean, I don't have to. Anyway, so Flyers go up against the Canadians and win 6-4. I was a big fan of this game. I was almost checked out. It's starting to get to the end of the season. We start getting checked out here. I was almost checked out, and then this brought me back.
We're still interested. Just we're kind of petering out. We're getting tired.
Gets to the end. Yeah.
We're getting tired.
Mitch Golf gets his 21st in the first period, assisted by Couturier and Konechny. D-Lo gets his first of the season. Gotta love that. Assisted by Abols and Lixell, which that's great too.
Fantastic.
Couturier gets his 13th, assisted by Peltier and Mitch Golf. That boy is getting some assists. Peltier.
Yeah.
That's all right.
4 points in his last 3 games or 3 points in his last 3 games?
Doesn't have any more in this game. Because we got Forrester getting the 17th, assisted by Sealer and Brink. And then Couturier getting his 14th, second of the night, putting him on hat trick alert, which he didn't end up cashing in on. Power play goal unassisted. And then Mitch Golf gets his second of the night, 22nd of the season unassisted, making it 6-4 win over Montreal. Yeah.
Next time a Flyers player has 2 goals, stop putting the hat trick alert up.
It doesn't even
freaking
work.
Annoying as shit.
What's funny is they only put it up for Mitch Golf. They won't put it up for Couturier was on hat trick alert that game. They didn't put it up.
They didn't even have it up for Lawton when he scored 4 goals.
Yeah, right. And they messed up last night or yesterday afternoon against Buffalo. Cates scored.
Yeah.
I'll get into it, but they said he was on hat trick alert.
It's stupid.
But he wasn't.
Just stop putting it up. When I watch a game and I see the hats come over the glass, look, I know it's a hat trick. I'm watching the game. I understand who has 2 goals. I understand who has 1 goal.
I think it's like a jinx.
Stop putting it up. It's stupid.
Okay. Not jinx, just dumb.
Yeah,
okay.
It's annoying.
Okay, I'm with you on it. Don't call it. Let it happen.
Yeah, let the game play.
I'm in on it. Yesterday afternoon at 1 o'clock, I love the matinee games. 7-4. We ended up winning against the Buffalo Sabres. Mitch Golf gets his 23rd of the season in the first, assisted by Zamola and Konechny. Peltier gets his why does it say his 5th of the season?
Peltier?
Yeah.
It might be.
I thought he was his first.
It's probably his first as a Flyer.
Well, I think he should start over if I'm looking at the Flyers.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, 5th this season, assisted by Tippett and Paling. And then in the second, Mitch Golf gets his 2nd of the night and his 24th of the season, assisted by TK. Cates gets his 15th of the season, assisted by Forrester and Brink. And then in the third, Paling gets his 9th power play goal, assisted by Tippett and Lixell. Forrester gets his 18th, assisted by Brink and Cates.
That was the beauty of the shot.
It was. And then Paling gets his 2nd of the night, 10th of the season, power play goal, assisted by Cates, making that the 7-4 win over the Sabres. So I'm on board with that.
Can I just say one thing? My 500 is starting to look real good, isn't it?
I don't jinx it now. Come on.
Yeah, I said close to or at 500.
Yeah. Colin checks in and says the same deal with a perfect game. Notice for baseball. Stop doing that shit. Yep. I didn't know that. My neighbor just told me Phillies are on right now. So,
1:30.
Yeah.
It's on record.
I watched the deal tonight.
I already took care of it.
Okay. I was here with Gritty Frank, and I was like, oh, they're on. Might as well turn it on.
Phillies were on at 4 yesterday. They're on at 1:30 today.
Onslaught yesterday. 11-6?
I have it on record.
Well, I'm just saying. Whatever.
We have the Hulu account, remember?
Well, I'll just put it on. I don't need to watch it from the beginning. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Finish off the garage beers. Get at it.
No, I'm going to go.
No, I will. I'm not telling you. You.
Vodka.
Lynn was making us pina coladas last night. They were so good, dude. So good. We were out back pulling the Delco. We were, out front, sitting out front of the yard with the chest by the chairs are out there pulling it.
Nah, I got Uncle John's sweet tea at the house with some vodka.
Oh boy.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I was 7-4. Michkov's, like I said, if you look, I know it's only 2 games into Bradshaw's interim head coach position. If you look, there are guys who have been putting points up now in the last couple games. I know it's only 2 games.
Yep.
Guys are putting points up now that haven't really been, noticed all year. Like Paling's put up a bunch of points. I understand.
Got a goal.
Yeah, I understand. The Brink Cates line and stuff like that.
Paling's a good example, though.
Paling's a good example of it. The other good example, like I said, though, when we talked about it earlier, Peltier's got 3 points in 3 games. Maybe there's more to that kid than we saw, but Torch just wasn't utilizing him.
It's an all-out onslaught on Torts. I get it, but at the same time, I've been very critical of Peltier too. But like you're alluding to, maybe he just wasn't put in a situation to be able to be successful. Which, in a way, you kind of can't blame Torts for that because all of his success was in the AHL.
Correct.
And all of the talks and the scouting reports and everything from his coaches, it was all AHL. He has done nothing in the NHL. He's got whatever four goals, whatever.
Yeah,
he got his first goal with the Flyers. Yeah, I'm kind of putting him where Torts put him. He hasn't shown, but at the same time, you really got to take that chance with everybody. Give everybody a shot. Especially where you're at now. I mean, why not?
Yeah. And that's the thing is, and also the last 2 games, you look, Delorier's ice time has doubled. Pelche's ice time has doubled.
Yeah, Mitch Calls has.
Utilizing all 4 lines. You're not rotating in the 4th line every 4 shifts. You know what I mean?
We got the players, use them.
That's the point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You're utilizing all 4 lines. Before it was like 4th line would get out there like every 4 shifts.
Right.
So you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, you have 4 lines. These guys made the NHL for a reason. It's not that they're some chump ass dudes.
Right.
They made the NHL for the reason. Utilize it. And that's what Bradshaw's doing. Like I said, Delorier's times came up. He's still out there grinding away, doing what D'Lo does best. I was happy he scored his first goal the other night. So here's honestly my question, and it's, do you think Delorier would have played more games regardless if Hathaway was out or not? Do you think D'Lo would have played more games this season if Bradshaw was a coach?
I think so. I think so. I think there was a level of disconnect. Like I said, I wasn't on board with the Torts hiring to begin with, but I wasn't upset with it. This kind of does show like people like me that want that rough and tough coach. I think Bradshaw could take the position solely for he's gonna let lines gel.
Yep.
Torts was like, we said it at the beginning. Why the fuck is he doing it? And it kind of made sense because he's trying to feel out the guys. But at the same time, like you got to stick with it at some point and let it maybe turn into something.
Let it ride.
Same with Delorier. He can play. He's and no one's fighting. Like the Flyers, like Sealer's not doing it. Like they're not really needing to do it. There aren't any situations where that's happening.
It's not wanted.
But
it's not. Look, we always want the fisticuffs.
Yeah.
We always want the rough play. But there's a time and place for it. Timing is everything.
It is. You can't do it all the time. I mean, get a penalty and then it could switch the momentum of the game in a negative way.
Yeah.
I think first off, I'm pretty sure they're saying the Hathaway skating.
I've heard that as well.
I've heard it. I haven't seen shit like at all.
I haven't been able to get over there. Well, they've also been on the road.
He's been on the road. Yeah. He's in between day to day, but I shut him down. Who cares?
Got a contract for next year. Let him.
Yeah.
Let him.
Let D'Lo get the games in.
If he is skating, let him keep skating.
Yeah.
Let him keep skating. There's no need for him to travel with the team.
Yeah. Let him go home.
Let him go home. Let him stay home.
Be with his family.
Be with his family. But
Summer's about to happen here.
But if he is skating, let him keep skating. Let him keep his legs fresh.
Yeah.
Let him keep his timing and everything going, his momentum. I'm all for that. But dude, just shut him down for the year.
Yeah, I would shut him down.
The other thing, since we're talking about injuries, Risto.
He's done.
Shut him down for the year.
He's shut down.
I keep hearing it's that bicep thing again. That shut him down for the first 20 games of the season last year.
Well, let me tell you something.
Bicep or tricep, something up there.
Get rid of him. You got to get rid of him now.
Who's taking the contract?
No, I don't know, man. You got to figure that out because not only did you, I think that also has a lot to do with Torts going. I think that they disagreed on the trades that were made and such, regardless of what end it was. Yeah, you want to keep all of a sudden we keep Risto and then he gets hurt again. That don't bode well with me. I don't like that. I like him as a player, but dude, you're worth too much money. Now no one's gonna want him. Everybody wanted him, and we hung up the phone to keep him because he was the best defenseman we had.
Oh yeah.
And now boom, here he's fucking hurt again. And now what?
And
now we're seeing what it was like if we did trade him because he's not playing, and it's pretty bad.
And that's like I said from the beginning. Everybody kept saying, "Oh, trade Risto, trade the contract out of the." Screw the damn contract. Imagine the hole if we did trade him at the deadline.
Yep.
What were we going to get for him?
Well, it depends. I don't know. You're not going to find out till the off season.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's.
But if you traded him at the trade deadline, the hole that would have put on the blue line.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna? You're gonna rely on York? I'm sorry, I can't do it. You're gonna rely on Sanheim? I really can't do it.
No.
You're gonna rely on Zamula?
No.
Sorry, really can't do that either.
Yeah.
And Sealer is don't get me wrong. Sealer is definitely up to me. He's going to be assuming. What the hell was that?
I didn't. Someone's in there.
Sealer. I mean, to me, Sealer's going to take a leadership role next year. I think he's going to get, the A that Lawton had. Don't get me wrong, but you can't rely on him so much. You gotta have a veteran guy on the blue line. And as crazy as it still may sound,
I kind of wanted that up. I don't know why I got taken down. Wade says that's because everyone's scared about their job. Nothing to do with this bitch-ass coach. Okay. And so, again, I was right when I said trade Risto, even though he was playing good for us. Yeah. Yeah, he should have we should have traded him. Yep. I didn't want to trade him, and then that blew up in our face because he got hurt. So
so in the offseason, obviously, I'm not 100% sure what we have for defense for contracts. Who's still here?
We'll get into it next episode or in the following, whatever.
We'll let that go. I have a thought. I'm going to forget it. I'll probably just let it go.
Okay. You can go.
You want a veteran presence on the blue line, and you have a potential to trade Risto. Let it go. Do you go after Noah Dobson?
Isn't he still hurt?
No. He's playing.
It's kind of almost like the same thing, isn't it? Isn't he pretty injury prone?
No,
just this one injury.
Yeah, and it wasn't even his fault. He got his legs taken out.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, but
he averages 78 games a season since he's come into the NHL.
I think the issue that the Flyers are having is they're trying to do in-house all the time, and that's becoming an issue. You got to go out and buy. You got to go get someone. So I would be all for that or someone to that caliber. But but at the same time, like if you want to go get Dobson, what's he going to be, a free agent?
Yep.
Yeah, start looking for ways to get rid of Risto and start looking for ways to
one of those big ass contracts has got to go.
Brandon says Tippett's been playing well too lately. Yeah,
but like I said, one of those big contracts has got to go, man. Look, if you retain 50%, you retain 50%. Do what you got to do.
I don't want to hear that.
I know you don't.
I don't want to fucking hear that. All right, so
nobody's taking 100% of one of those stupid contracts.
No, I know that's what it'll be.
Couturier's contract, Risto's contract, Tippo's contract. I'm not saying you're trading any of those guys, but I'm saying now
it adds up,
dude. If you got rid of their contract, yeah, it's a lot of money on the cap. Even if you retain 50%. It's
Right.
still something's better than nothing that you ain't paying these guys.
Yep. Yeah, and that's going to be some. Well, no, we're not going to do off-season talk. We'll let the NHL show handle that. But anyway, so the games are going to happen this week. The last day of the month for March, which is insane. It's about to be April soon. We're against the Predators at home at 7 o'clock, and then we have a nice little break from the 31st to the 5th.
I was gonna say it was like 4 days off or something like that.
Saturday is at the Canadiens, 7 o'clock. We get another little break. But it'll be, I mean, I guess we'll be Flyers alley by then, but
Yeah.
the next one is from at the Rangers on the 9th. So you're getting some breaks here. Not going to get into who's going to win. It is what it is. I mean, the last game of the season's on the 17th. I mean, I haven't seen. Maybe I missed it. I don't think we're mathematically out of it yet, but
I think there's like 2%.
yeah. So I mean, the way the schedule's looking now is Predators, Canadiens, Rangers, Islanders, Senators, Blue Jackets, Sabres. So
I feel some wins in there.
yeah,
But like I said, anything we can do to ruin somebody else's playoffs hopes, I'm all for it. AKA Buffalo.
yeah, I'm into that. Definitely into that.
And Buffalo, I think, if I remember correctly from last night, Buffalo hasn't made the playoffs in 13 years.
Yes, that was said.
Because
yeah,
Bush beat them in the playoffs.
that's right.
13 years, something like that. That's rough, man.
It is rough. I'm looking for
See, we could be
the
worse.
new segment's gone.
We could be worse. We could be Buffalo.
Pretty close to being Buffalo.
Yeah, but look at how many number one draft picks Buffalo has had over the last 5 years and still have missed the draft, still have missed the playoffs in the last 12, 13 years.
That's pretty true. All right, we're getting some Phantoms talk since they're doing the deed in Lehigh. So yeah, let's get into that stuff. Valley Town Air. All right, Valley Town Air is going to be brought to you by Garage Beer. I'm still getting that going. We're going to land that probably when the Flyer season ends. So that's going to power some of the other shows. Do got some interesting things here. Phantoms had 2 games. They lost Friday against Belleville 3-2, but won against Laval 3-1. Jet Lachenko joined the team and posted an assist on Saturday. Lehigh's magic. No, I don't understand. Their magic number to clinch playoffs is 8. I don't know what that means.
8 points.
They need 8 points.
8 points.
Okay. They play against Bridgeport Wednesday, Hershey Friday, and Springfield Saturday. Alex Chernick was signed to an amateur tryout. Kolosov was assigned to the Flyers. Parker Gahagan returned from Reading.
Played last night, I believe.
Okay. Sam's going. We're hooking up the AHL TV. I'm getting that hooked up. She has it, so I'm gonna dive into that. Because I mean, we're gonna have. I mean, if you look at it here, they're gonna be. So they play. We have the credentials with the Phantoms and Hershey.
Yep.
So Leah is gonna be there, and then Sam is going to be in Hershey. So we get the best of both. Both
Double
worlds
dip.
there, unless they're home, and then Sam won't be there. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Hershey's still not that far away either. Well, never mind.
That's I'll be going. I'll be in Leon. Well, I'll be in the mountains this weekend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean,
not going.
Hershey's got a hell of a team.
Yeah, they always
I know
do.
I know a couple people that have season tickets for the Bears, and they got a team, man. They got a team.
Yeah, they usually are pretty set up.
You know,
Hershey Bears are good.
What was it? The Capitals called up 4 or 5 players from Hershey this year, and all 5 of them scored in their first game.
Oh yeah,
That's insane.
yeah. That's a good farm system.
They got a great farm
Wow.
system.
But yeah, so that's what's going on with them. we'll see. Hopefully, we got some press box people going to some.
I will say another thing.
Wilkes-Barre's in there too, and I think Wheeling is in theirs as well.
Wheeling's in as well. I will say another thing. Adam Jennings got 4 points in his last 6 games.
Does he?
Yep.
About fucking time he did something. We'll see.
I think they had a scrap last night too.
Didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it either.
I'll go into it. Use it for next week. Speaking of that, we're getting the dust up. Brought to you by Warlord Beard Oil. All right, Dust Up's brought to you by Warlord Beard Oil. Go to www.warlordbeardoil.com. Use promo code OldSports for 15% off your beard products. They do have the cologne now. I would suggest to get it. It's what is that? The one?
Southern Tobacco.
Dark 30.
And Dark 30.
Yeah.
And it is pre-order only.
Oh.
Not on the web. It is on the website, but it is a pre-order only. I was looking at it.
Remember, if you're going to order something, make sure you spend over $65. Get yourself some free shipping. Bud's the man. Get it done.
Beard oil, beard balm, colognes, actual cologne, dog cologne. Jack of all trades.
It's all there.
I think he's got shavers now too, like an actual beard travel kit.
He's got clippers.
I think so.
Oh, I'm into that.
Like it's an actual travel pack. Like, don't get kind of funny as it sounds. It's like a fanny pack, and I think it's got like little beard oils in it with a comb and stuff.
I'm into that.
I'm pretty sure I saw it. I'll take a look.
I haven't decided if I'm going to do the handlebars again this year. The kids don't want me to do it. People at work are like, bro, don't fucking do that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take it easy this summer. Still hurting from last summer, which is weird.
We're not 20 years old anymore.
We're not. I like to think I am. So I got one from, I don't know when it was from, but it's actually Brandon Montour's cousin.
Oh, okay.
Throwing down a little fisticuffs. But Greg did tell me. Greg was the one to send me the fight. Told me he left hockey to go become a doctor. But it's a nice little tilt. So
Brandon's cousin left hockey to go
be a doctor,
to be a med doctor.
I'm pretty sure that's what he said. To make sure it was that's what was said. I don't think Greg has chimed in yet today either.
Yes, he did.
Did he?
The Wawa comment.
Yeah, well, yeah. Get your Wawa comment.
Get your Wawa comment.
Let me see. I want to make sure that was.
That's a total twist on career paths.
Let's see. He did send me. He gave me some good. Yeah. He. His name's DePaulo. His Brandon's cousin made it to the Islanders AHL team. Ended up quitting hockey and went back to school to be a doctor. So
I applaud him.
Doctor's got some hands. Check it out.
Stacked up off the end boards. Here we go at center ice, DePaulo and Walter. This will be a heavyweight battle, as both have the right arms cocked. Both have the helmets on right now. First right by Walter, and now some short lefts by Walter on DePaulo. Now DePaulo looking to fire a pile driver, just waiting, taking some short lefts. No damage done right. Right by DePaulo lands. Up over the top again. Left by DePaulo now. He's doing some damage, holding on. His Walter, he tries to come back. Now we go left by DePaulo. Up over the top again. A crossover right by DePaulo. As both of them fire and they tap the helmets. They both like the result. As both will go to the...
Thought that was a good one.
Switching hands.
Yeah.
Yep. Doc got some hands.
Doc
got some hands.
I don't know.
I like how he switched up to the left hand there too.
Yeah.
Southpaw was nice.
Yeah, getting it done. But then
this is Greg's nephew, Brandon's cousin.
I get it's Brandon's cousin. I don't know what the.
Oh yeah, okay, so Brandon's cousin.
I did find another one because I was
cool.
very interested to see if Arbor Jakai and Olivier went at it, because it wasn't like broadcasted ever. I haven't seen it, and this season, and they did, and I found it. So I went and grabbed it. So got this one.
Shesterkin and Kemper, the matchup in goal here tonight. Darcy Kemper, in his last 9 games, including tonight, has only allowed 10 goals. And now here we go. Janot and Rempe.
Waiting all game for this. They've had their opportunities. Of course, reach goes to Rempe. Experience goes to Janot.
6'9" is Rempe. Tanner's about 6'2".
There's a balance issue right there. I don't think it was a punch, but then...
Yeah, they wanted to keep going. They weren't done yet.
Way too early for those guys. The linesmen are trying to say, hey, guys, you had your chance. And, the rule of thumb is once a guy does go down, the linesmen are instructed to go in just in case the player was stunned. I don't think that was the case. It's all about leverage, right? Where you grab, where you're holding, where you're pulling, where you're pushing. Oh, just missed. Maybe got a piece.
Well, actually, that was the Tanner Janot versus Rempe. I'll bring the other one in next week. But yeah, that's a good one too. He did. I think he caught him.
I can't stand him.
I can't. There was a good time there where I was like, oh, Greg says not my nephew.
Okay.
Okay, that's why I didn't want to. Stan Jonathan is my cousin too. Yeah, I think I.
Why do I know that name?
He's a brawler.
Okay.
Yeah. He told me that not that long ago, and I went and was like, "Holy shit!" Isn't he called the animal? What's he called, Greg? Stan, the Mauler or something. He's called something. He's got a nickname. Good one. The Bulldog, I think it's called the Bulldog.
I'm just gonna say Doc got hands.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Doc got hands. That was cool though. Hey, that's a hell of a career choice switch though.
Yeah, it's good to be able to do it. Imagine if someone gets out of control at the hospital.
Not for nothing.
Doc's knocking you
not
out.
for nothing. He probably makes more money as a doc than playing in the AHL.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
But no, that's I can't see to start the season. The biggest thing is everybody's like, "Oh, Rempe's training with George Laraque to, fighting and And what did he do? He's gotten destroyed all year long. That dude has not won a fight yet this year. Maybe you should try and pay Frank for some fight lessons. Not.
Frank won't have anything to do with that.
Frank will just punch him in his head and walk away.
He won't.
But it's like, when is enough for this big doofus, dude? Like,
well, it's like you should definitely.
He's not going
to win.
He's not productive.
Well, he's not either because of how big he is. If he checks somebody on the boards, not to his fault. He's hitting their head because his hips are literally head level.
6'9", 255 or whatever he was.
So even if he does check, he's screwed. He's head hunting. Yeah.
It's like you and I were talking this. It's like you and I were texting this morning.
Yeah.
Olivier can fight. The dude's a badass.
The
dude is a badass. But he also produces points.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that to me, that's
so. Question: If you hit somebody and it becomes a major or a penalty, do you still get the point for the hit?
Yes.
Okay, so
I believe so.
Yeah, I don't think Rempe's very productive at all. I mean, remember his first season, he got a goal because it bounced off him like goon style.
It hit off his ass.
Yeah, it literally dug Glatt right off his ass. So it sucks. I mean, the kid, he that's what happens when you come into the league. The way it is nowadays, it's still fighting's still here, but you have to be able to produce now. It's not like it used to be. But
the dude can't fight.
Well, speaking of people who need to get out of there, get on to maybe we'll be on the turnpike. I don't know. All right, Turnpike's brought to you by Decals by Aaron. Go to facebook.com/decals by Aaron or decalsbyaaron.com. Check out the cool stuff he's got going over there, making all the Delco gear. Delco! And now he's got towels out for the summer, for the beach. So
soft.
You going over there rocking that.
So soft.
Make sure you get him. He's got all the good stuff over there. So
I got one hanging at the hat.
You got a beach towel?
I got a beach towel.
Yeah. Oh,
so soft.
He's got one of them. Beach towel?
I don't know about the Wawa one, but he's got the gray one. The gray with the state that says Delco on it. That's the one I have.
Okay.
So soft. fluffy.
Soft beach towels.
It's fluffy.
Go get one. So yeah, Turnpike this week. I don't know who you would have on there. Yeah, Brandon, we're gonna get into this last segment. We'll get into it. Brandon says, don't forget about our future coach Tockett. We'll get into that. Don't worry. Me this week, Turnpike. I didn't even have one. I don't know what to do. I mean, you can call it Zamula. You could call. I mean, I could almost say the goalies. I don't know. I mean, the guys are playing better. Like Brad Shaw said, they're playing. It's a fun bench right now, fun locker room. That's eventually going to wear off.
Yeah, the new blood hype will wear out.
Maybe not this season because there's only a couple games left. So we'll see. But I could say Zamula's got. I mean, I almost don't want to get rid of York. Maybe it was just tarnishing just from like the arguments that was going on with Torts. Torts is gone now, so maybe he gets his footing back.
York is a restricted free agent for next year.
Yeah. So
I mean, he's only
what's
making.
he gonna ask for? Because
I think he's making. I think he's making like 9.25 now.
I mean, how much more are you gonna ask for, man? $1 million?
I can't.
He's got it. I mean, that's as far as I'll go.
Yeah, that's about where I'd go.
He's gonna go. He's gonna leave.
I have somebody for the Turnpike, but I wouldn't even send him to Lehigh Valley.
Who's that?
I still want to get rid of Rocky Thompson.
Yeah, I had him last week. So I mean, the power play scored a couple times past 2 games, and he's the one doing it.
So what's your excuse for the last 76 games?
I mean, if everybody's got to commit, and people are saying that they want to get rid of Rocky Thompson, I'm not saying don't get rid of him because I just don't. I would like to dive deep into where he actually learned his special teams knowledge, which is fine because it may be there. There may be something that we've never seen before, but at the same time, you got to really pay attention to. Torts has been gone, and the power play scored a lot.
Yeah,
so
it's moving, but it's.
So
I still
ask yourself what's the reasoning for that, and the obvious is right there. Was Torts literally limiting? What was Torts doing? Something was going on here because now everyone's happy. York is playing again. Now he played yesterday.
Yeah.
But the power play is playing better than it's played in the whole time Torts was here.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. You really have to take the wrapper off and really look at the product and be like, was he real? Did he really have his hands in everything he said he did?
For me, it could still be. For me, it could have been Torts was, basically just saying, "Look, here's the deal. It's my team. I'm gonna put it out there as I want
with everything."
Maybe that could be the case, but at the same time, it's more along the lines of I understand him finishing out the season. The coaching staff is going to be the way it's going to be.
About Torts finishing out the season.
No.
What are you talking about?
It's going to be Brad Shaw. It's going to be Rocky Thompson.
Yeah.
That coaching staff is going to finish out this season.
Yeah.
To me, I think it needs to be revamped. I
don't disagree with that.
New coaching staff, new coaching blood.
Well, say the power play keeps going the way it is right now for the rest of the season. Do you really? I almost want to be like, okay, well, why don't we? You can get rid of him at any time. It doesn't matter. You could let him. Look at him. Let him. Now, is he going to be the assistant coach?
I wouldn't.
That's my question here. So that's the thing. I would, whoever it's going to be, if it's not Brad Shaw, who's going to be the assistant coach, because it's not him. If he's going to be special teams, if the rest of the season goes the way that it has been with special teams and power play, we're scoring like we have been. I say keep him. Because, like I said, you really got to take a look at the product here because something was clearly going on. All the stuff that Torch said that he didn't have his hand in, it kind of seems like he had his hand in it because he's gone and now everyone's productive.
It's easily he put a stranglehold on everything.
Something was going on, yeah.
And it's
the easiest answer too. It's right in your face. I mean,
yeah. It was.
I hate to blame him, but
well, I mean, a prime example of it being Torch's way or the highway was look at the stuff with Michkov.
Mm-hmm.
Torch didn't like the way he was playing. Torch didn't like the way he was doing. You're on the bench. Yeah,
it definitely does seem like a kind of a dictatorship almost.
Yeah,
and it is what it is. I mean, I do honestly think, and I don't care if I get crucified for this or not, the kids that are coming up now have a lot more knowledge, hockey knowledge, than back when the way the Torts coached worked.
Because now the game is finesse.
Right.
Because back when, Torts first started coaching and stuff like that, it was all about brute and goal scoring.
Oh, I'm not gonna like this comment. Greg Montour says York Zamulin. I wish we could get rid of Sanheim. Excuse me. Brandon says it's not moving the needle enough. I don't, and I'm in favor of trading York. What is not moving the needle enough? Please let us know about that. And Brandon also says clean house on the coaches and start fresh. That is crazy. You cannot get rid of Bradshaw.
No.
You just can't. You can't do that. You can't. That guy is.
He's dialed in with the players.
He is. The players respect him. I mean, he's taking account. Like that's why I played that movie video at the beginning.
Yep.
He's taking full accountability for him messing up and him actually
the power play.
The power
play 5-on-5.
Yep.
Like I said, prime example of to me, a power play does not have five forwards. It just doesn't. You have to have a defenseman. The prime example of that last night was Alex Tuck, absolutely just undressing Brink with that cut from the top of the circle and beating Urson blocker side. There was a prime example of why you need a defenseman. And then on the other hand, you can go back down there and say, oh, well, that same exact power play that the Flyers had, Paling scored a goal.
Right. Yep. Yeah, it's a tough thing, but it's
double-edged sword. But ripping the coaching staff apart, no.
Not all of them. And like I said, maybe Rocky Thompson is literally a savant at being, but we just don't know. I mean, I know who he is. I know what he's done when he played, and it really wasn't where he's at right now.
No, it was not his thing.
The position that he was in was an enforcer, and I don't see why an enforcer would be
a power play coach.
Right. So it could have been that, like, when he played in juniors and such, that he was an actual.
That could have been the case.
Haven't done the research yet, but right now, at this point in time, I give him a chance for the rest of the season, see what happens. If he produces and everything's good with the power play, is what it is. Got to follow the paper trail.
I agree. I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough.
So we got 8 games left.
I believe so.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting. And with that, let's get into Beauty of the Week. All right, Beauty of the Week's brought to you by SeatGeek. Go to your app store, choose your game, use promo code Old City Sports Network for $20 off any of your events covering the board. It's music, whatever you want to do.
Works real well for the Phantoms.
Yeah, you rock that thing. I don't know about the playoffs. Playoffs may be a little.
I don't know about playoffs, but I do know that I had a buddy who went up there and sat 8 rows behind Cal Peterson the night I was supposed to go up there. Set up 8 rows behind Cal Peterson. Tickets were $44 for 2 tickets.
For 2
tickets.
It's not bad at all.
It's like $44.80, $44.20, something like that.
Get 2 tickets for $20, $28. Get her going. There you go.
And concessions are cheap up there.
Are they? Okay. And I got a hat coming from Wheeling.
They're a hell of a lot more reasonable. Let's just put it that way.
That makes sense.
And the prices don't go up for beer.
Yeah, so the bitches.
Had to do it.
All right, Greg, Brandon, put in your or whoever's else out there, put your Beauty of the Week. Mine's gonna be Big Meech, number 1. Kid's starting to kill it. So I'll go give him
no argument.
Yeah, I give him credit when it's due. Second one's gonna be Paling. I like what I'm seeing from Paling right now, dude. Torts did say before he left, like he's producing, so he's going to be put in the position to produce more. And I like Couturier. I like what Coots is doing. He's getting not a fair chance with the fan base. Go figure.
Always crucified.
Yeah, he's easy to blame, I guess. I don't know why people are doing it, but if you look at his stats, they're actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
So those are mine. I'm here for it. Here for those guys.
My 1 and 2 are the same. I will swap 3 with you and go Sealer.
Okay.
Because he's holding down the blue line.
Mm-hmm.
That is your quarterback on the back half.
Yeah, he started. He also, you got to kind of wonder if something else was going on with him as well, because he hasn't been performing that much lately, and now he's Yeah, he got check of the game last night.
I think he's getting tired.
Yeah. Well, I'm just he's shouldering a lot of the weight here.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I'm saying. But he's still holding it. He's still.
And it's crazy because I want Drysdale to do more, but I don't want him to get hurt. So he puts on the weight, but I'm like, I don't care, dude. Like, don't use it because you're fucking gonna get hurt.
Over expecting, I think.
I'm still all right with him.
I'm fine with him, but it's just I'm fine with him. It's just I haven't seen it.
Greg said he didn't say any games this week, so he can't pick any. And Brandon says, where'd he go? Mitch Goff, number 1, Paling, number 2, and Tippett, number 3. Yeah, good picks. Good picks there.
To me, an honorable mention for Bradshaw for getting thrown into the ringer.
That's true.
Is the dude just like literally had everything just dropped on him and say, "Yep, you're the interim coach to this menagerie."
Yeah, and he was an AHL head coach at one point, so I mean, he knows the role. But
I think he had some interim NHL experience. Didn't he?
I'm not sure. We can get into it at some point.
Or you could just look it up yourself.
Yeah. You can look it up.
Yeah, you can look it up.
All right, let's get into some more on the week. Greg was nice enough to send me some, so
I got.
We're getting into it. All right, we're on the week's brought to you by Custom Concessions. Go to www.customconcessions.net/home for the number 1 food truck dude in the area. He's also the owner of Uncle John's Barbecue. If you need any parts, custom made food trucks, he's the guy to go to. So make sure you go to that site, check out what's going on over there. All right. So I got 2.
I got one.
Do you?
I got one.
Is it from Greg?
No.
Okay. Well, let me get these ones that you can get to. So Greg sent me one from Flyers Talk. Which Wade shared us the Flyers Talk deal. I went and just ripped it down.
That is fantastic.
I cannot be. I can't do it. I just want to stay away. I want to stay away from the mutants, dude, because it scared Armin away. Like Armin was very upset. Canada first threw us off the rails. I'll admit, I was with him. I was with him too. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this right now. Like,
I got no problem with it.
That shit pisses me off, dude.
And
Greg even told me, he's like, it throws your guy's show off completely. I said, I know.
And the funny part is the week that you and Wade were here, that I wasn't here.
Yeah.
I went back and watched it. I watched it on YouTube, and I watched his comments.
Yeah.
Talking about, where's Corey at? I know he's not doing anything athletic. Fuck you. Talking about I'm not doing anything athletic. The only thing doing athletic is your mother, asshole.
Whoa.
See? Now my blood's going to start boiling, so my moron of the week I can throw in, because then I'll start acting like that one.
Lynn thinks it's Brent still. I don't think it is. But
I don't care who it is.
I don't think it is.
Doesn't matter. If he's in Canada, it's not like he's ever going to come across the border anyway.
Yeah, but people like us, as the blood gets boiling,
it
throws me off because I got to do all this shit. So it fucking throws me off. Anyway,
Dickhead.
from Flyers Talk, Matthew L. Fiore, why are we trying to lose a draft pick? At least we can count on the power play with thumbs up.
Power play is ranked 30th, and we're not going to lose a draft pick because we have 3 in the first round this year.
It's like a double whammy here. The first comment is,
so where the hell are we losing a draft pick?
The first comment is from a guy named Troy Vincent RMT to prove that it was Tortorella's bad coaching that ruined the season.
Oh my God, my head hurts.
Yeah, people are bad.
My head hurts.
That's why I wanted to stay out of Flyers Talk. These are both from Flyers Talk.
How can we rely on the power play? We're 30th.
Another one from Flyers Talk. Anya Espanol. Is
that Spanish?
I don't know what it is. This team is disappointing. It is going to screw itself out of draft picks. How does that happen? That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that way.
Every team gets a draft each round unless you trade it away.
We already have our draft picks. How the fuck this?
Oh my God!
This is why I don't want to fly. It's both Flyers Talk.
Is it really?
Yeah, wow. They're all from Fly because I'm not in there. I will not go back.
Wow, I might have to walk away from that.
Wow, you're so dominant.
Wow, you're so stupid.
That's pretty bad. You say you got one, yeah?
I do. I do.
Oh,
I do 100%. Are you going to sit back on this one?
I'm good to go.
I have videos that either I've screen recorded or people have sent me from TikTok and from Facebook Reels and everything. I have a moron of the week, and you know what? I'm very easy to find on Facebook. You can come find me. You can send me a message. You can do whatever you want. My moron of the week is Hunter Brody.
Yes.
My moron of the week is Hunter Brody.
I think I still have it.
And there's a reason why I say he is the moron of the week. And this is also due in part to a lot of the people who call in his shows. You are part of this moron of the week. Why would you call into a show to voice your opinion to have some college dropout schmuck stand there and scream at you, telling you that you're wrong and your opinion doesn't matter? Who the hell are you? What are your hockey credentials to sit there and tell you that people are wrong about their opinion? When you stand there and do nothing but and scream into the microphone like a framing freaking retard all day long, you do the same thing, whether it's the Phillies, the Eagles, or the Flyers. Shut up. Stop hollering into the microphone. Philadelphia fans are adamant. I get it. I'm part of it. But if people come onto the show and say they want to voice their opinion, don't scream and holler at them, dude. What's the point? You don't get your point across. You act more like Gilbert Godfrey in Child's Play. Well, maybe if I scream and holler a little more. Nobody cares.
I don't have the video anymore.
Shut up.
I can't agree with you more, to be honest with you, because
and this is our basis off of 94 WIP.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to be kidding me. And people call into the show. Why would you call into a show just to get hollered at? I get hollered at work, but I get paid to do it.
So I think it all does actually come down to, and we're not alone. Like, I know that the network's Instagram is battling with either Broads Media or is it WIP that he's on?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Nighttime with Brody or something.
Whatever it is.
I don't know. He's got another show.
The problem is the fact that, and this is where I kind of come from with it. I don't like. You wouldn't believe this, but I'm not really into shock value. I would rather have the facts, and I would love to have the phones open and do something like that. But obviously, when you put your number out there, you're really letting people in. That being said, that's the representation for the Flyers.
Embarrassing
in Philadelphia, and honestly, like I said, our friends up north in Canada that used to be part of the network or doing whatever they're doing for us up there, literally said that that's crazy. That's the representation for Philadelphia. And the fact, like I said, we posted something on Instagram about his high intelligence in hockey. I mean, if you go to Hockey DB, it tells you right now he played in 2020 from 2014 to 2016 for the Vermont Lumberjacks in the EHL. First season, played 29 games, had 1 goal and 5 assists with 6 points. Second season, he played 36 games and got 1 goal and 6 assists with 7 points and 33 PIMs. And then played for Stevenson College for
8 games
and got 0 points, 0 goals, 0 assists. So my thing is and it's not like it's coming off as like coming at him, but like it kind of is, because
in a sense, yeah,
you fucking suck, dude. Like, all you do is scream, and people are like, the thing that bothers me is people look at him for information, and that's what they're getting, and that's fucked up. So yeah, I agree with you.
But it's like I said, though, if he wasn't such a screaming jackass,
yeah,
don't get me wrong, he's got some insightful things,
yep.
But the way you present and carry yourself just by screaming at people all the time, I can't believe that people actually call into your show. Like, you are not a representative of Philadelphia media. You are not a representative of me. You are not a representative. You are nothing more than a screamer. Like, dude,
He also contradicts himself on a constant basis. Like at the beginning of the season, he was talking about one thing, and then now at the end, he was talking about Torts. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I remember him saying that he was on board with Torts when we first got Torts. John Tortorella, like man, he was on board. And now he's like, get out of my fucking city. Like he looks like Beaker from the fucking Muppets. Like he just like. And I'm not saying that we're the best show or we're the best at what we do. Like, we don't do it for a living, so we don't really give a fuck what anybody thinks or anything like that. We are credentialed with a lot of teams now, and that comes from, like, at least putting out somewhat good of a product. If I had people call in like they called into you, I'd be so humble about it. Like, dude, like, hey, I don't agree with you, but, like, thanks for calling in. Like, these people are giving you your views and giving you – you're there because of them. And you got in and you got to the point, and now, or you got to the point where I would love to be. I would love to be there with WIP.
He just acts like a jerk off.
And he just acts like a dickhead. Yeah, and it's just like I'm tired of fucking seeing him. I'm gonna tag WIP as much as I can and be like, this is fucking ridiculous. That this is your hockey guy.
This is your representative.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't understand why anybody even calls into his show. Like you just want to get hollered at?
Yeah.
But like, don't get me wrong. If you want to have a conversation, do it intelligently.
He went on Nasty Knuckles and wasn't screaming and hollering, which
I saw that.
Which I feel like everybody's just been duped by he played high level hockey when I know you and Kurt have definitely played higher level hockey than both of them or him. And I've asked Nasty before. I'm like, why don't you bring me on? Bring me on, Nasty Knuckles. I'm in the fucking media. Yeah. Why not? You brought him. What'd you bring him on for?
I don't know. Did I send you the video or you saw it with him, Rushdoy and Bundy on Soda Goalie?
Not of Hunter Brody.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'll pass. I saw enough from them today.
I got about 40 seconds into it and I turned it off.
I've seen enough of Snow the goalie today too. So
between the three of them, I can't count an IQ point.
Brandon says his voice is like nails on a chalkboard, and he also says I'm about to call him on his show and just scream at him, calling him a dumbass. Make sure you drop Old City Sports Network's name in right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Do that.
Absolutely. Like I said, I'm on Facebook. I got no problem. Hey, send me a message.
He doesn't want to smoke. What's going to happen is someone's going to see this and they're going to tag him in it, and then they're going to fucking do the argument for him because he can't do it himself.
Because he ain't got a hair across his ass to come out.
All he's ever said is he said something to me like, "Oh, dude, I live rent free in your head." I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, how? So I'm just tired of you. Every time I unfollow you, you follow me back. So like, I just don't want anything to do with you. But if you want it,
hey, not hard to find, man.
Not at all. All right, let's get into outlandish happenings and wrap this bad boy up.
Let him have it.
All right, Outlandish Happenings brought to you by Kristen's Curio Cabinet. Go to ZeppelinUnicornAntiques.com. Check out what they got going on over there. I'm going to see if she makes some taxidermy art. I'm going to see if maybe I could get a couple flyer mice on the ice skating around. See if she can do something like that. Put that thing up here.
Maybe we can get a fat rat and send it to Brody.
Or we could do that. Or
I'll pay for it.
Maybe we could do that. We can do something. Send it to him. This is going to help everybody else out. Everyone's been asking. It's been the whole show. Everyone's been putting a comment in asking who's going to be the next coach. I've gotten some traction off of Twitter. I won't go on there often, but when I do, it's getting some traction. I think the next step's got to be Tocchet, then Brind'Amour. It has to be, and the only reason why I say that is because one, Frank Saravelli starting to get on my nerves. Saying starting to, it doesn't make sense for it to be Tocchet. How does it not make sense? The whole fan base, again, they're saying that they don't want a former Flyer again. Here we go with the former Flyers. but like none of the former Flyers that we've had as coaches have done what Tocchet and Brendan Moore have done as head coaches in the NHL. You don't, and I know that you all.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you here.
Yeah.
They don't want former Flyers.
No.
Tocchet and Brendan Moore are both former Flyers.
No, they don't. They don't want them.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I missed.
No, they don't want them.
My fault. Sorry. Go ahead.
So they're
Didn't
saying
mean to break you up there.
No, you're good. They're saying that they don't want a former Flyer, another former Flyer in there, and then they said it's not gonna work out with Brendan Moore. So I broke it down, and Mark Ramos, I've actually been.
I know that name.
He's been messaging me on Twitter. Well, it was just on Threads and stuff. We've been talking back and forth. He's on board with it. He's with.
I've heard you mention him.
He's with Fired Up Sports Network.
That's what it is.
So I said it just makes sense, and like I said, hear me out. Brendan Moore, Tocchet is not signed with Vancouver yet. One, that's flag number one. Two, what happened in Vancouver, because I don't expect the Flyers fan base to actually pay attention to the rest of the league.
All the way on the West Coast.
Right.
Let alone the East Coast.
Bruce Boudreau, I believe, was there before Tocchet, and they just drove him directly into the ground. And then they got Tocchet, then they become competitive, and they're in the playoffs. So what? First off, that's number one. The Flyers need that first. That's our first step. Let's get competitive and then get into the playoffs. Okay. I'm not saying Tocchet's going to take us to the fucking Stanley Cup. It's not what I'm saying. Use Tocchet to become competitive. Do exactly what he did with the Vancouver Canucks. Leave it to Brendan Moore. Brendan Moore just signed an extension. Have Tocchet until Brendan Moore's ready. If you offer Rob Brendan Moore a coaching job in Philadelphia, he's going to come. It's the same thing with Tocchet. It's going to happen.
Very likely.
So if you do that, use Tocchet to get competitive enough to get in the playoffs. Use Brendan Moore to win the fucking Stanley Cup. And mostly there is no one else. People keep saying Mike Sullivan from the Penguins. You have to understand.
Good coach. Don't think,
but it's not going to work because look at the talent and the level of talent that he walked into.
Yep. Crosby, Malkin,
Letang,
Carlson. Those. I mean, that's no joke out there.
Are they older team? Are they starting to crumble a little bit? Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
But at the same time, you can't take away that they're still a deadly team. They have the guns.
100%.
But when they were successful, they had the guns. The Flyers and the Canucks didn't really have guns. And the ones that they did have weren't performing. Like Brock Besser hasn't really performed too much out there. He's probably going to leave the team this year. And then they did make the JT Miller Pedersen traded the wrong guy. Now no one wants to fucking play with Pedersen.
Correct.
Because he's a fucking asshole. Yep. Now JT Miller's over. He's
unhappy.
Well, it's just you got to understand this is exactly what the Flyers need right now. And for people to say we don't want former Flyers to be the next coach, then you don't want to win. Like you don't. Who else is there going to? We need a young. This is the one I love. We need a young coach to teach the young players. That is not how it fucking works, dude. And
not as a head coach.
We want Jay Woodcroft. Why?
I do not believe you need a young head coach.
No,
I do not believe that.
You need someone that's been there.
I'm standing with you on that one.
Is it Woodcroft? He was the coach for the Edmonton Oilers. Wasn't he? Okay, and what did he do? What did he do? They didn't win the fucking cup.
Bupkis. He did nothing.
The same thing that they've been doing before they got him.
I'm with you on that. That's a right way to look at things. I do not believe that the team needs a young head coach.
Yeah,
I do not believe that at all.
No.
To me, though, I could see a young assistant coach.
Mm-hmm.
I have an assistant coach thought process in mind.
I wouldn't even be able to talk about assistant coaches, but
I honestly think Patrick Sharp would be a good assistant coach. I think he would. The guy was very good on the power play. He was very good as an NHL player. He's still got the skill and the mindset of a player. He's not that far removed from the NHL.
He's not that old either.
Yeah. I think he would be a good fit for the Flyers. He's already on the coach. He's already on. He's a conditioning coach or something like that. He's already with the Flyers. Why not?
As long as you, and I'm being very, very, I don't want to say judgmental or forceful, but like that's the head coach thing that I'm saying is the only thing that makes sense. If you add a Patrick Sharp to either one of those coaches, I mean, come on, dude, that's deadly. That's absolutely.
I think that would be a phenomenal fit for Patrick Sharp. I really do. With the younger talent coming in, he is a younger player / coach. I mean,
would
I
not
don't
be upset
necessarily
with that.
know if his title right now is any kind of coach,
Yeah, I
maybe
don't know what it
conditioning
is.
coach, talent coach, or whatever it is.
Check
But what
it
I'm saying, though, is if you put him on the bench, he can relate to the younger guys better than Tortorella could, than the brunt and the brute playing of style that Tortorella was used to. Patrick Sharp was a finesse player. He was a damn good player, too. Should have stayed his whole career here. So, just to me, I think Sharp would be a good fit on the bench, not as a head coach, though.
He's a special advisor to hockey operations for the Flyers.
Okay.
So it's
He's
no
still,
offense, one of those made up shits.
He's still in the office, per se.
Yeah, I think, and also to add on to that, and we'll wrap it up after this. I think you'd be utilizing his talent more than being a special advisor to hockey operations to Keith Jones. I think Jones has that under control.
Yep.
And you also have like LeClaire. You got a bunch of guys down there. That I think if you take Patrick Sharp, make him an assistant coach, I think that's a good fucking move.
I think it's a great fit.
It's a good move. You're taking the older and the younger, and you put them together. And I'll tell you this right now: it is two former Flyers, but you're taking two very successful former Flyers and one head coach that's doing the right thing, what we need, and you're taking a guy that's been there and that's done the deed. And he's younger. You got the old and the new. I'm on board with that.
It's two different eras. It's two different styles. It's two different types of finesse, and it's two different styles of playing.
I'm into it.
I think Patrick Sharp would be a great fit as an assistant coach. As a head coach, no.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
He does not have the experience, but at the same time, okay, you could even go crazier. Look at what Olde Jokinen has done. He's a head coach now. Overseas, I think he's over in like the Swedish league or something like that. His team's won 2 championships back to back.
Oh, really?
Yep. Crazy. It's a different
with success, man.
But it is a different league, though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a different league. But I mean, to me, like I said, I'm with the Tocchet. I really like Tocchet. I've always kind of liked Tocchet.
The writing's on the wall, though.
People are talking about, well, why don't you give Lappy a chance?
No,
I can't see it.
Well, they're in the playoffs, so let him.
Yeah, let him ride it.
Let him ride it.
To me, I think the flair might wear off with Bradshaw by the end of the season.
I would think so. Yeah.
Am I looking forward to these last 8 games of the season to see what the players can potentially, what the players can live up to their potential?
Right.
I'm all for it. I'm looking forward to the last 8 games of the season. I'm also thinking that the last 8 games of the season are probably, your last bit of thread on the rope for Rocky Thompson.
I'd be willing to give him a little bit more, but if the power play doesn't perform, like I said earlier,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it could be the last thread for him. I'm not saying that it's going to be a total revamp of the coaching staff.
Right.
No, I can't see that.
You got to switch something up. I mean,
but
you can't let Bradshaw walk either. I mean, no. I would get rid of Lappy and put him down in the Phantoms then.
I could see that.
That would be, if he'd be willing to do that I would be interested in that.
Give him a head coach position at the AHL.
Absolutely. He's been there before.
And there's a lot of there's a big group of kids coming to the Phantoms next year.
Maybe. They might not be.
Allegedly.
Oh,
I had to do it. Wait.
Greg says, I like the combination you guys are proposing. And Brandon Paulus says that coaching duo would be insane. Talk and Sharp. Yep.
Dude, I think
Sharp talk.
I think it'd be a great one too.
Falls into the category, just makes sense. Make it fucking happen.
You have 2 different eras of players. You have 2 different styles of players.
Successful as well.
Both successful. Sharp's got how many rings?
Oh, I don't know.
Or how many cups? Sorry, I'm talking 2 different sports here. He's got what? 3?
Sharp. Okay, he's here. See, he's got 939 NHL games, scored 287 goals, 330 assists, won 3 Stanley Cups with the Blackhawks, was named All-Star Game MVP, and represented Canada at the 2008 and 12 IIHF World Championship. Yeah, I think he's qualified. I think he's fucking qualified, bro. Yep. Well, with that being said, we're going to leave you guys off with that. Look for this segment being clipped because it's going to get clipped. Because
there's going to be a lot.
It's going to light the fucking. I mean, Moron of the Week's going to get clipped, and this is going to get clipped, and it's going to light the fucking internet on fire. With that being said, make sure you guys go to www.oldcitysports.com, old spelled OLDE, and use promo code OldCity in all caps for 15% off the website. And yeah, we might see you guys next week. I'll be up the mountain, so I don't know what time I'll be back. It would be a weird weekend. I don't know what's going to happen with that. So we'll see. But that being said, we're out of here. We will see you guys either next week or the following week. And hopefully we'll have some good things to talk to you guys about, and it won't be as bad, and maybe Bradshaw will pull together.
Looking forward to it.
See you guys next week or the week after.